Hey guys, and happy December! It is December 2nd, and as you can tell, I am wearing my Georgia Bulldogs jersey because today they will beat Auburn. I guarantee it. Today I'm doing my November book haul, and I have a big stack. See? Ooh! Most of them I bought, and then the rest came from Blogging for Books. And the first two that I want to show you is from a series that I used to read in middle school. It's called the Daughters of the Moon series. I have some of the books already from my childhood, from my middle school years, and I love this series so much. It made me who I am today. And because I'm so connected to it. I was really connected to it. This was the series that I read when my grandpa passed away, and one of the characters' names was the name of my boyfriend at the time. And so the first one is book 5, The Sacrifice. Book 3, Nightshade. These covers are horrible, but those are the only covers available. I think a couple years ago they decided to start combining all the books, and they have only done the first 6, and I have the first 6 books in the series now. And I want to read another classic this year, so I bought myself a copy of The Great Gatsby. I love this cover. I found it on Amazon for $8, but it kept fluctuating between $8 and $10. And so this is an Evergreens cover edition, I think. But if you want this cover, go to Amazon, type in Great Gatsby, parentheses, Evergreens, and this will pop up. Next 2 books are from my Dollar Tree haul that I showed you after the stocking stuffers, and Funny Girl by Nick Hornby. I already told you that at the beginning of the year I had this on my Goodreads TBR, and then I took it off, and now it's back on, and I'm going to read it in January. And then the next one is the Wars of the Roses, book 1, Stormbird. Yeah, I don't know how many books are in this series, but I know it's a series. And yeah, I might read this one in February just because roses, flowers, February, love, you get the idea. My third Dollar Tree book of the month is An Officer and a Spy, and I showed this one in my last Dollar Tree haul. I don't know when I'm going to read this one. Last book that I bought for the month is from Daniel Silva, The Kill Artist. A couple years ago I went to Fred's around Christmas time, and I bought 2 books from Daniel Silva, and I didn't realize they were in a series at the time, and it was in the Gabriel Allen series. This is book 1 of that series, and the books I bought was book 6 and book 8, I think. I'm not sure, but it's The Secret Servant and The Defector. I read those 2 books, and I fell in love with that whole character and his background. So I decided that I want to actually read the series in order because he's coming out with new books constantly. And so this is the first one, The Kill Artist, and I will be reading this in January. and the covers are awful as well. The 2 books that I had first, I love those covers, and I like how the hardback just looks. I will not get these in paperback because I love how the pages just do this, and they're floppy and hardback. I love floppy paperbacks, but hardbacks, I love floppy. It's about an Israeli spy, CIA type deal, operative. And what I read, he was trying to get out of that so he could start a family with his wife and all this and that, but he kept getting pulled back in by his former bosses and acquaintances. So yeah, and it takes him all over the world. It's like a spy would be. Like, he's in Egypt, he's in Jordan, he's in Germany, he's in France, London, Russia. So, and the last 3 books I'm going to show y'all I got for free. The first one is Bonfire by Kristen Ritter. Kristen Ritter was Lucy in Gilmore Girls, and she is Jessica Jones. I watched 1 or 2 episodes of Jessica Jones. I didn't really like it. I love Marvel, but I'm not a big fan of The Punisher, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist. I thought I would love Iron Fist because I'm always into Asian culture and all this and that, but Iron Fist, it reminded me too much of The Forbidden Kingdom with Jackie Chan. And yeah, it reminded me of Forbidden Kingdom and Arrow. Arrow, he was lost in a plane accident and he came back. Everybody thought he was dead, but then he came back. And Forbidden Kingdom, a kid living in Japan or China, I forget. And he gets trained in martial arts by monks. So yeah, I didn't really see it as original. And then Daredevil, I haven't watched that yet. I don't know if I'm going to, but yeah. Anyways, Bonfire by Kristen Ritter. It's blurred by Ruth Ware, who wrote The Woman in Cabin 10. Blake Crouch, the author of Dark Matter. I love Dark Matter. It was really Dark Matter was an excellent book. It's about parallel universes and stuff. And it's also blurred by Mary Kubica, who wrote The Good Girl. I haven't read The Woman in Cabin 10 or The Good Girl, but I have read Dark Matter. And so I can't wait to read this. I wonder if she's related to John Ritter and Jason Ritter. John Ritter, he was on Three's Company, I think. And Jason Ritter, he's the dude who was in Freddy vs. Jason. He was the boyfriend in the mental hospital. And he was the park ranger on Gilmore Girls: A Year in a Life, when Lorelai went to go do wild. And he's in that Kevin Probably Saves the World show. Is that Jason Ritter? Are they related? I'll have to Google it. And I can't because I'm on my phone. So, let's finish this video. The last 2 books are from Blogging for Books, and I requested Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. Fan-freaking-tastic. This is book 1 in a new series called DC Icons, and this book, written by Leigh Bardugo. The second book will be Batman, written by Marie Lu, I think. And then Catwoman, written by Sarah J. Maas. And then Superman, written by somebody else. But I don't know how I feel about that, because this, after I got through with this one, I wanted more. I want more in this world. I want to know if what's her name? Aaliyah. I want to know if Aaliyah gets chased again. What happens to her brother? What happens to Diana? And yeah, I want to know if this storyline will be continued in Batman, or will there be a whole different story in Batman? Probably, most likely. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about that, but yeah, loved it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. And it wasn't a good 5 out of 5 because it was slow in some parts. And it was also very repetitive in some places. And yeah. But I'm ready for Batman. Hopefully I will like it and not like taint this series for me. And I can't wait to read Catwoman, because Catwoman is like the forgotten hero. Is she a hero or is she a villain? You never know. I picture her as the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, or the Halle Berry Catwoman. I got another book in my room, but I'm going to show you this one first, and then I'll go get the one I'm reading. This was my next, well, not this one, but my next review copy was going to be the one in my room that I just got last week. But I got sent this one instead by accident. So it's Otherworld by Jason Segel and Kristen Miller. Otherworlds. I think it's about a video game. Yeah. The company welcomes you to Otherworld, the new generation of gaming. And since I love gaming and watching my husband play games, I think I will like this one, even though I didn't request it. But I'm still going to read it. There are no screens, there are no controls. You don't just see and hear it, you taste, smell, and touch it too. In this new reality, there are no laws to break or rules to obey. You can live your best life, indulge every desire. It's a game so addictive you'll never want it to end, until you realize that you're the one being played. Welcome to Otherworld, where reality is dead. Step into the future and leave your body behind. So, no laws to break. That reminds me of The Purge, maybe? Is it something like that? I'll probably read this one in January as well. So, I'm going to go get that book, my last book, and then I'll be right back. Okay, here's the book. It is called The Breathless, and it's by Tara Gogin. I don't know. But it's a Southern Gothic thriller, 81 pages in, and it's scaring me. I cannot read this at night. The other night I was reading it, and I finished a chapter, and then my cat started making noises in here, and I literally, it felt like my heart just went up in my throat. I could not breathe. It was scary. And since I live in the South, the cover got me. It's like this plantation. It is a plantation, and then the trees are creepy, and I just love these types of scenes. And living in the South, plantations are always going to be creepy because of the culture and the history. And so, and it reminds me a lot of that movie, The Skeleton Key, because the grandpa had a stroke and he can't talk, I think. And in The Skeleton Key, the guy that Kate Hudson is caring for, he can't speak. And so he's always trying to tell her, or trying to signal her that, no, something's going on, you need to get the hell out. And then the main character, May, her sister was killed, and they don't know, she was found on the beach on this takes place in Louisiana or Alabama, I'm not sure. It says Mobile Bay on the Gulf Shores, but anyways, her sister was found dead on the beach, and her sister was the owner of this book that has been handed down from generation to generation to generation, and she had it, and the sister finds it in her room, and she takes it to the grandpa that stays in the attic, and she asks her grandpa what is the deal with this book, and the grandpa flips and is like, have you read it? Have you used it? And she goes, no. And he starts almost having a stroke again, and she just decides not to ask him and hides it from him. And so that's as far as I got. It's really good. It's scary. And yeah. So I'm loving this. The Breathless. And so that's it for my November book haul. I hope you like my tree. I've had this tree since 2008. Yeah. And you can tell. You can see the holes in between the branches, and yeah. Last year we had a bigger tree, and we can't put the tree up. We can't put our big tree up anymore because where we used to put it, there's our TV now, and it's permanently attached. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please, 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 please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And come talk to me in the comments. Tell me what books y'all got for this month. And I will see y'all later. Mwah. Go dogs.